What's going on, guys? It's RDstar and I'm back with another Clash Royale video for you today. I'm going to be talking about the new balance changes in Clash Royale. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so the balance changes just went live today, June 21st, 2016. Don't mind the replays, they're just from the Royal Arena, and I tried to pick a couple replays that had the Witch and the Hog Rider in it, along with the Prince and as many other balance changed cards that I could. So we're going to start off with the Hog Rider. Now the damage was decreased by 6%, and while I'm looking here at the descriptions of why they changed that, you know, people use the Hog Rider so much, especially in our clan. There's always 4 or 5 guys requesting for that. However, I don't think it's gonna start limiting its use. I think people are just gonna want to upgrade it more so they get it at a higher level so it gets more damage, regardless of the decrease. That's just my prediction. But you know, maybe people will teeter off and try their offensive cards, but I think it might just motivate people more to upgrade their Hog Rider. Second, we have the Prince. That damage is increased by 9%. Now, when I'm playing with my mini star account on my iPad, it's really heavily used in the early to mid arenas. And then just reading the summary here, they just want it to be able to do more damage. It says more damage will help him slice through even the toughest of barbarians again. Just because it's not used at a high level, when you start hitting arena 6, 7, and then especially into legendary arena, people aren't really using it as much, so they want to, you know, make it a viable option. However, I don't know if it's going to be or not. It might just make it more OP down in the early to mid levels again. That's just my thought. Now the P.E.K.K.A. here, I don't really use the P.E.K.K.A. at all. That damage is increased by 8%. It will kill a barbarian in one swing. If the levels correspond, you know, between the barbarian and the P.E.K.K.A. I think this might make it a little bit more of an option. However, just with its slow walking speed, slow rate of fire, slow offensive skills, I don't really see it being too viable. I mean, obviously it's viable with certain decks, but it's not like people are all of a sudden just going to jump on and start using the P.E.K.K.A. Some other ones, I'm just going to cover the entire thing. The Goblin Barrel, Goblin spawn time decreased to 1 second. I think that'll be good just because it's so annoying to wait for that 1.2 seconds with the Goblin Barrel, or with any cards really. I understand why they do it for a lot, but people can easily just zap it. I time that zap perfect on Goblin Barrels and stuff like that. So it's not really going to be too big of a change. Expo, no one really cares about the Expo. However, its hit points increased by 18%. Which might let it, you know, stay on the battlefield longer. Its deploy time decreased to 4 seconds from 5. Probably a good idea considering no one really uses it because it takes 5 seconds. So you have to have enough defense to cover for it, and then it can easily be taken out. Mortar, another card you don't really see. Time decreased to 4 seconds from 5 seconds. Literally, they just say the same principle as the Expo. Again, slow rate of fire, you have to protect it, put a lot of defense out in front of it. Not going to change the game drastically, at all. This one, however, I've seen this 3 or 4 times in my last 15 battles maybe in Arena 7, but the Furnace lifetime increased to 50 seconds from 40. People are going to be able to cycle through maybe and get 2 or 3 furnaces up at a time, which might be pretty scary. I mean, not overly scary, but those things can easily dismantle a barbarian army or Skellies or a minion horde or something like that. So they're actually not a bad card. Guards, this is a big one. I know when I zap them, they have such a hit back factor with those shields, but that's going to be removed, which is probably good, so they can keep pushing forward on their attack and keep doing work. Now this one here is a big one in my mind, might be the biggest one with this update. Well, there's a couple more, but the Witch damage increased by 17%. They updated it in the previous change, but increasing it by 17% will allow her to kill minions in 3 hits instead of 4. which is really big, especially, you know, because if there's a minion horde, that means that there's going to be 5 less hits that the witch has that will take to kill them. So I think it might be a little bit more of a viable option for people to start using the witch, especially in spawner decks, in pushing decks, slow push decks, that can distraction decks, stuff like that. The Lava Hound, man, they're trying to do a ton of work with this legendary. The damage is increased by 28%. The pups are what's really scary about it. They talk about that, but increasing the damage by 28%. You know, typically it's not going to do a ton of damage on the tower. You're going to have to distract it with like a Tesla cannon, something like that, then put a minion horde around it to kill it. But I think they're just trying to bring it back in the game. However, I don't think people find the Lava Hound too attractive. So that's probably not going to drastically change the game. Now this one, a lot of people use for cycle decks. The skeleton spawns 3 now from 4. You know, for one elixir, spawning 4 of them can distract a ton of people, or a ton of different troops. But now with 3, you might think twice about it. However, if you get those upgraded and use them in a cycle deck, that can be viable against certain troops. I still think it's going to be not heavily used, but you might see it commonly, you know, 1 every 3 battles, 1 every 4, depending on you know, what arena you're in. And then the last one here, Cannon, Tesla, hit points decreased by 8%. They just won, and then the Tesla is increased by 8%. The Cannon was decreased by 8%. They just want to make them both equal, interchangeable, which I still think people are going to tend to use the Cannon more than the Tesla, just because it's 1 elixir lower, I believe. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. Just running through the update really quick. My, not really predictions, but just overview what I think might happen. I think the Witch might be increased more. I think people are just going to want to upgrade the Hog more. Just because, you know, oh, they see it's a little bit lower now. Let's try to bump that up to level 6, 7, or 8 for a Hog. And then Supercell just trying to make the Lava Hound viable, but I just don't think it's too attractive for players. That's going to do it for the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. Leave a like, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Yeah.